Okay, so I got a question, huh? How come I thought this was the Panthers channel, huh? Why are we doing videos for other teams, huh? Well, the Panthers, they lost, okay, Francisco, so he's got to do something, right? Yeah, but you're saying that just because the Panthers lose, now we're going to root for other teams? What's going on? I don't know. Why don't you just ask him yourself, you dummy? Hey, John, why are you doing videos for other teams, huh? I'm trying to monetize, Francisco. Your freaking bird seed's not cheap. Oh, so you a sellout. You sold out. Oh, okay, I get it. All right, so we got game 2 tonight. To say it's a big game is ridiculously understating it. Obviously, Tampa Bay is going to come out. They have to come out absolutely on fire. If they look anything like they did the other night, they're going to leave their own building down 2-0, and that ain't going to go over so well. I cannot imagine a scenario where they leave this game losing both at home and then finding a way to come back and make any noise and win this series. So I really, honestly, I know it's early, but it's do or die tonight. They lose this game, kaputs. All right, what else we got? Couple of things. The longer I do this, the more I learn, which makes sense. But back years ago when Vegas first made the finals and they did the Cup Finals videos, I thought doing those videos would they would do better than the normal videos, right? And they didn't. They did worse. So a couple years later, now I'm doing it again, and there's a big difference in the interest that I didn't realize. The first game, the game 1, Islanders versus Tampa Bay, that video is well over 400 views. The one from last night with Vegas is barely broke a buck and a quarter, barely over 125 views. That's a huge difference. And I guess the bottom line is those two fan bases, they've got other things going on. It's just interesting to me, and it was backwards too with the lives. There were a lot more people on the Vegas live stream that I did for the pregame than the one I did for New York and Tampa Bay. So the more I do this, man, the more I realize, you just got to keep doing it, and you learn more. All right. Vasilevsky, let me have a little bit of a discussion with you right here, okay? Did you watch the game last night where Carey Price was not perfect and it cost him? And I'm not saying it had anything to do with Carey Price. He did everything he possibly could last night, and they still got 4 goals on him. Vas, you're going to have to be drop dead perfect tonight, because I tell you right now, the Islanders are going to be feeling like if they could get 2, maybe 3, they're going to win this game. And you guys have to, you got to get your fans into the game. What the hell's going on? I mean, I get the point that Tampa Bay is in the playoffs every year, and they're used to winning, and they won the Cup twice, and yada yada. But the level of disinterest from the fan base and from the players on the ice was palpable. Somehow, someway, y'all got to fix that, or it's going to get over and ugly really quick. All right, let's move on and see what happens when Tampa loses this game. Woo! All right, we have a series now. What would playoff hockey be without a questionable call by the refs leading to a game-tying goal against the home team? All right, first things first. The hit on Varlamov. It must be nice, Islander fans. Nobody wants to see the guy go out, obviously, but all you do is bring in Sorokin, who was the top 10 goalie in the NHL and has a .934 save percentage in the playoffs. So there's no sense in taking any chances with Varlamov not even being 100%. Just put Sorokin in there and, you're good to go. Hopefully Varlamov is okay. Now, the hit. Look, if I was a Panther guy, if it was the Panthers, and look, Palmieri pushed him into Varlamov. Let's just call it. They were heading down the ice. I don't know what the hell Palmieri's thinking, shoving him in the back with about 4 or 5 feet from the goaltender. I don't know. There was really nothing that could be done. And They get the power play. They get the game tied up. And boy, oh boy. The controversy that's going to emerge from that call, should the Islanders win this game, with the significance of the importance of winning this game and getting up 2-0. Oh, it's going to be a dumpster fire, and I love it. Other than that, both goaltenders, all three goaltenders now, just making beautiful saves. Vasilevsky robbed Palmieri early on. Basically flat on his stomach, and lifts up the glove and catches the puck. Beautiful. This one certainly has the feel of overtime. And the last thing I'll say is, why are the referees getting in between these guys? Let them fight. Let them fight. You're not calming things down by stopping these guys from fighting. It's the freaking playoffs. Let them go. It don't make any sense. Literally putting themselves in between guys and grabbing onto them, and it's just stupid. All right, let's move on to the second period. Boy, this one could be a long one. I love this kind of hockey. All right, Lightning fans, 2-1 Tampa Bay. That's it. It's even. All right. It's very, very rare that you see a bad call that leads to a goal get completely made up for by a bad call that leads to a goal. And I know the too many men thing on the ice did not really affect what Kucherov did. It was a beautiful play. Passes it off to Palat, and it's in the back of the net. Obviously, technically, it didn't have anything to do with it, but when there's 6 guys on the ice for that length of time, you got to call it. Doesn't get called. You got your lead. Tampa back in the lead. I still think this one's going to go more than 60 minutes, we'll put it that way. Varlamov back in, looks just like he did when he left. No problem. No chance on the one goal he gave up. And it's rough and tough, man. I love it. I love it. It's beautiful, beautiful exhibition of playoff hockey. Let's head on to the third period and quite possibly more. All right, so that was fun. And I don't mean the game. I just go to put my shoes on in the bedroom before I come down here to record, and it's a freaking hornet like 2 inches long flying around the bedroom. So Karen and I just spent a solid 10, 15 minutes getting the damn thing. He finally went up under into a lampshade, and we put a plastic bag around him, because you don't want to spray something, bug killer in the bedroom, stink it up. All right. 4-2 Tampa. Holy crap. We've got a series now. It has gotten chippy. They were getting ready to fight after the damn whistles. I don't understand why the refs don't just let them fight. They ain't stopping anything from happening. They just keep almost fighting and then breaking it up. And almost fighting and breaking up. And we did have a few fights, obviously, but just let it do it. Come on. What are we watching for here, huh? All right. Well, look. If you're an Islander fan, you had to figure going to Tampa, get one and get out of town. When the Islanders tied it up 1-1 with that call, you kind of thought, maybe Lady Luck shining on the Islanders tonight. But Vasilevsky did what I said he needed to do, which was pretty much be perfect. He let the one in. Well, actually, he let the second one in there towards the end. I should watch what I'm saying. But he played a hell of a game, obviously, by the time he gave up that second one. The game was decided already. He played well enough. And now the task for Tampa Bay is, can you win one at Nassau? Can you go into New York and pull this off? Obviously, they're the Cup champs. They've won road games before. This is going to be tough. This is going to be different, man. Tampa Bay completely had their game tonight, and as soon as Tampa made it 2-1, you kind of felt the air come right out of the Islanders' bubble there. They seem to not have a real big response to that. And then, of course, they get the early goal in the third period, and it's 3-1. And you pretty much knew at that point the Islanders were just kind of thinking, all right, we got out of Tampa winning the game, we're good. All right, Varlamov, like I said, he came back. I don't know. I mean, he pretty much looked okay to me. A couple of those goals. I mean, the one goal by the defenseman, I forget his name, who hadn't scored in, what, 72 games like that. It's a shot basically from the blue line practically. Looked like Varlamov was screened there. It's a tough shot to beat, and to stop, right? I mean, it's over that stick side shoulder. There's not a whole lot a goalie can do if a guy perfectly places the shot from that far out. It's a tough one to stop, and you just shoot the puck at the net, and sometimes a good thing happens, and that's what happened. So I still think Isles in 6. They will be home for Game 6. That sounds about right. You don't really want to get the thing back to Tampa Bay, which obviously Amalie was rocking and rolling tonight. Tampa Bay had their legs going. They played pretty much like Tampa does. And they got one back. So we'll have to see what happens. Got another big one coming up tomorrow night. Vegas, Montreal. Vegas wins this one. It's pretty much, you don't want to bank it and book it just yet, because Montreal's been tough at home. But at the same point, just like this one, any of these teams now at this point get up 2-0, it's pretty much kaputs on the series. Tampa Bay avoided that tonight. Boy, it looked for a half a second. There were a couple minutes there right before Tampa. It's funny, just blame me, because right before Tampa made it 2-1, I started thinking, it's kind of looking like if Tampa doesn't do something here quick, it was starting to look like the Islanders could have snuck a 2-1 victory out of here and left Tampa really, really reeling. And then, boom, Tampa Bay made it 2-1, so you can blame me. All right, that's enough of that. I'll be back tomorrow, 1 hour before face-off with the live stream. I appreciate everybody that's been coming out. Like, share, subscribe. Blah, blah, blah. And then, as soon as you're done subscribing, pick a video and put it on endless loop so I can get my watch hours up and I can get monetized. All right? All right, guys. Appreciate everybody's support. I see you again tomorrow night, unless the Hornet's still in the bedroom, and then all bets are off. I'm allergic. It's not funny. It's not good.